also obtained his LLM with specialization in cybercrime and economic offense. He has a strong passion for legal research and public speaking. He is founding and managing partner of LNS Associate, which is a MCA registered law firm. This firm also offers online legal education and training to law students and fresh graduates. He is also panel member of World Cyber Security Forum. Thank you for joining us, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. So I can see a lot of my former students have also joined. Okay, and yeah. So as of now, like my students have attended a lot of my lectures. So I have whenever I start, I always take questions at the start of the session. So my students itself and even the hosts can answer that what is your actually the genuine expectations from these courses, like the online courses which you see on the Loctopus or at the other mediums. What are your general expectations? Raise hand and I can answer. Please raise your hands and I'll take the questions. What is your general expectations? Like, before joining the courses, what do you actually expect? Yes, Aditya, ask you a question.
Yes, sir. So basically, when we join certificate courses, the very first thing which comes to my mind is personally that in this time when we are not like exposed to every type of experience, so certificate courses somehow add more to our experiences and the subjects which give a lot of personal growth.
Okay, adding of experiences.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Any more? Any more suggestions? Apart from this, anyone clear, guys? Please raise hand. I'll take
why your courses are so cheap in monetary terms?
Yes, courses. So I won't say cheap word, but I would say inexpensive.
Yeah, same thing.
Expensive. Because the
less expensive.
Golden rule of interpretation changes. This is LNS 346, deep knowledge. Please raise hand and answer. It's okay. Deep knowledge. Deep knowledge, I guess you are saying, because LNS for 346, this is my student. Deep knowledge is because there's a lot of effort from your mentor to give you deep knowledge. But I'm asking, what is your purpose to join these certificate courses? Because knowledge also you're getting in your colleges. It's okay. The colleges are closed as of now, and we are taking online classes everywhere. But what is the purpose? Why do you look to join that? Okay, I want to join this course actually. Why is it that? Yes, yes. Please unmute them.
Yes, LNS 44. You can.
Yes, you are audible, and please don't write on the chats. Just raise the hand and answer, because all those people who are viewing this on the YouTube, who are watching this on YouTube, they can also understand and they can also listen to your questions. So yes, LNS 44. LNS is like in my certificate course, because my firm is LNS Associates, Lex Nyaya Shastrik. So I give them the this team code as LNS1 according to your roll number. So yes, LNS 44. What was your expectation basically? And what apart from my courses, even if you wish to join other courses, what is the basic thing you look into it? That yes, if I'm paying the fee, you're hard, because assuming you are a student, okay? So obviously, if you join any courses, it's your parents' money, which you are going to invest, okay? So what is your expectations from those courses? Why do you actually look forward to such courses? Yes, answer.
Good evening, sir. So basically, I really need certificate courses, not only because I want to know about that course, like what is it or not, but to clear the extra concepts, which is very much missing in the courses that we are already in. I'm a fifth SEM student of Ramaya Law University College in Karnataka. So basically what happens is like they teach us obviously, but the concepts or the in-depth concepts that we are looking for actually implementing those theories on real note is missing on some note.
And
so
these you're my student, so how was your experience so far?
Yeah, that is the reason I have heard about you, sir, from LinkedIn and also from the references from my friends and family members. So obviously, the concept is till now I have attended all of the classes, and the concepts are, I can assure that next time if somebody comes to me and ask me what is this and what is the concept, I can explain them on a better note. So thank you for that.
See,
So
that
this
is
is the
and
basic.
say no, don't say thank you as of now. Okay, say thank you when you actually do, utilize this knowledge for your benefit. Then say
Thank
thank
you,
you.
sir.
Then you can always, message me that yes, Rahul sir, thank you so much. We have got this, because of this information, I have achieved this, or I have achieved that. Say thank you then. So, but still, that was you wanted to know about the extra concept, means whatever which is missing in the college
Yes.
curriculum or something. Interestingly, in one of my Aditi, you won't believe it that one of my student sent me the syllabus of IPC of its university, and that university is in Uttar Pradesh. And considering this, we have to accept that the crime rate is a bit higher than the national average in the UP and Bihar.
Yes, yes.
And in their college syllabus, they didn't had murder and culpable homicide.
Oh my God, how is this possible? This is the most basic crime we have.
And after my lecture, because I had promised them, even this happened with the course when I launched my certificate course on drafting with just corpus also. I said that the classes will be of 2 hours, but usually on an average my duration of my class timing is 3 to 3.5 hours. I go on, keep on teaching and teaching, and then I take a break, and then I said that okay, now 40 minutes is for the doubt session, ask as many doubt as possible. And after those classes of like continuous 7 hours classes of culpable homicide and section 299 and 300, he was like, he kept on thanking me, sir. Sir, we have clarified. But like, fine, but why are you so happy? But like, sir, my syllabus mein nahi hai. I was like, what? And one more thing, I realized that because the crime rate, I have just realized, thanks to the administration, that the crime rate is so less in the state of Bihar that in their judicial service examination, they don't have IPC.
That is
So yeah,
surprising.
that's the administrative malfunctioning we are witnessing everywhere. But that's all right. Any more suggestions? Like, why do you look for? Because all these most of them are my students. And if they say reply that that I joined this courses for this purpose and that purpose, they know that what will my reaction. So I guess they're not saying that. So you can take questions from YouTube, because that's where we can get unexpected questions, because I know these students what they will ask now, because they have a habit of seeing my face on every next day. So yeah, take, and yeah guys, raise hand. Let in future, if if you wish to join courses, what will be your expectations? And like, what do you see, that large batch courses or small batches courses, and basically what is your expectations? So please raise hand and ask. One person has said deep knowledge, and then extra concept is there, gives an extra edge. LNS 164 says gives us an extra edge over a particular topic. Okay, I'll write this also. Extra edge on particular topic. Any more? Is there any questions on YouTube? Or people are
no. Someone has asked what is the difference between the course organized by Mr. Rahul Tiwari and other organizations. Can you please brief it?
Other organizations? Okay.
Someone new has asked.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Take the screenshot. I'll definitely post it on the LinkedIn also. See, motive is same. Even I want to earn money, that other guy also wants to earn money. Okay, but the thing was that I decided that there are so many so-called educator and so many millions of educator. Suddenly they came into existence. Oh no, they avtarit ho gaye during the period of lockdown. Okay, and every second guy was the educator on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn. And I had an experience of teaching also. All my batchmates used to tell that you have a good teaching skills and you explain the concepts very well. So I thought that okay, at that time I'm still practicing advocate in Gurgaon district court. So I thought that what I should do that I can stand out. Then I was like, fine, I will launch a course. We have successfully conducted 2 courses with Just Corpus, and then my firm is now teaching IPC, and then we are still again planning to launch another course. So I thought that what should I do to launch something very different. So I thought that okay, our courses, the timing should be on the weekends. It should be the least expensive courses in the market. But the point is, if we charge, like a minimal amount of 50 rupees or 100 rupees or 150 or 200 rupees, how come we are going to earn? Because the Zoom infrastructure, Zoom subscription, the website development, and if we hire, any other person or for the what should I say, back-end office work, all these things, then we need certain amount of money, because at least for a particular course, an organization at least need 15 to 20,000 rupees. So I thought that okay, I had watched a video of Dr. Bindra on YouTube, and he explained the concept of like how Parle-G used to earn. And I just realized, and I just recollected that video, and I remember that I was like, okay, since my childhood, I'm eating Parle-G of 5 rupees, and still the price of Parle-G is 5 rupees. Then how come they are earning? What they did, they decided that they will offer the most inexpensive, I would say the cheapest or inexpensive product in the market, the best quality, and they will rely on sale. Means they will try to maximize their sale. And this is how they got a sustainable growth from last so many decades, not years, so many decades, because their profit margin was on the growth of population also. Larger the population, cheapest product, best quality. So everyone was buying it. So I thought that, okay, if I keep a fee of 1,500 rupees for 1 month course, and given the competition and given the deceit and manipulation, okay, we have to accept that deceit and manipulation, because you join because many students earlier they used to be perplexed, and they had their share of suspicion, that they said that sir, I had joined that course and what we got was cut copy paste module and recording videos. So for that and a certificate which has practically which has no use of that certificate, So what do you offer? And I was like, fine. Now I got my another way. I said live lectures, doubt session, and currently I am teaching a batch of 500 students. Usually the average attendance is, on the regular basis, it's in the drafting classes, it was close to 350, and the other regular classes is close to 150 to 160. I'll be very honest with you. I don't know that maybe those students who have paid the fees, okay, they had the divine connection with late Lord Macaulay, and maybe Lord Macaulay are coming into their dreams and teaching them IPC. Okay, and I am giving the certificate. It can happen. It is to their choice. I'm not going to force them. I can just give them class links on the time, modules on the time. So I decided that, okay, I will divide my batch into 2 parts. I will teach for 2.5 hours. Then I'll take a break and I'll take the doubt sessions, all the doubt sessions, and then I'll give a Google form also. That fine, if anyone who thought that he or she was not able to take the doubts, they can take the doubts via Google form, and I'll reply within 1 week maximum. So that purpose, that larger batch doubt clarification session, I, as of now, touch wood, all my students are proof. If you will, if they just want a review, like what is the success rate or how good is going as of now, just go and visit my LinkedIn profile for once. That's it. The people have spoken for me, and that is the biggest reward as of now. Okay, so I thought that, okay, Parle-G, coming back to the strategy, I thought that, okay, I want to teach. Students want to learn. Now, this is the criteria. Now, how it will happen, that student should not pay me actually anything, and I should also be able to earn a good amount of money while teaching them. So I thought that, okay, instead of, if I keep a fees of 1500 rupees for 1 month, I'll get maximum. Let's have a practical, because we all have studied the market. Okay, so the practicality said I would have got 40 to 50 registrations. So the turnover was maximum 75,000. Okay, basic maths. I thought that why not I remove 2 zeros. I keep the fees for 150 rupees, 15 lectures, 10 rupees per lecture. Okay, 10 rupees per lecture, and I should go for 500 registrations. Still, the turnover is 75,000. And there, a lot of students who are from the tier 2 and who are living in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, who have studied law from their vernacular background, who are in their traditional universities, okay, they can also get an access. Because a student in this era of, I would say, the post-truth era, I should say this, because why I'm saying the post-truth era, because we also how much our resilience is on fake news. And in March 2020, we saw mass migration of laborers. Ankit Srivastav versus Union of India 2020, fake news. So in this post-truth era, if a student take a risk to get an education from me for 150 rupees, that is more than sufficient, because then he will go and bring more crowds for me. So instead of earning 100 rupees, okay, instead of earning like a profit margin, let's say 1,000 rupees from 50 students, why shouldn't I earn 100 rupees from 500 students? That's where I'm giving that, well, I'm doing the welfare work also. Students will not realize what amount they have paid. Okay. And after taking the money, now it becomes my duty to give them the best quality product in the market. Means they should say that since their childhood, Rahul Tiwari has been either the best teacher they have got or the top 10 teachers. I should feature in their list. And that is why, when I started the course, people enjoyed. After 3 lectures, I enjoyed that. I realized that, okay, I have done the research methodology. I have done the defamation classes. I have done the drafting classes. Now, the way I'm going, because I have a habit of first reading out the Bayer Act, what's there in our Bayer Act, then how it is interpreted, and then I explain the concept first. Then I decided that, okay, what should I do is that I should increase the classes. So I promised my students, and I'm proud of it, of my step. Okay, and I will never regret it. Although there were a few, even my parents were also like that. When you have promised that 150 lectures for 150 rupees, why are you increasing the lecture? And that's what have been my habit with the Just Corpus courses also, and this courses also, that I always try to deliver more than I promised. And what I thought that, okay, now when the IPC is going to start, what should I teach? Because if they go and pay, because before proceeding forward, we have to first understand, and guys, don't take this as in a negative manner. We still have that feudal mindset. We still have a slave mentality that if we pay 1 lakh rupees for something, then we pay more attention. Okay, because the motive is, oh God, I have invested 1 lakh rupees. Not that I want to go and take this education. I want to learn this thing. So that is why in the classes also I teach that what is the difference between content and the context. If you are serious in your college, if you are serious in the college, then it's no need to look outside beyond your college for an educator to teach you. But if there is some quality labs in the institution where you are studying, and still you give more preference that sir, we have exams, we have this, we have that, any other excuses, it means that it is, I'm not saying that you have paid the fees that don't attend your lecture. No, don't attend your lecture, or just take TC from college. No, it is more important because they give you something which is the most authentic thing. Although I don't know how much it's been used, but that is called the LLB degree. No matter how knowledgeable you are, this is not India, or that who was that? I don't watch actually these suits. Harvey Specter, no. that he's he's spreading like wildfire in the corporate world of American corporate houses, and but that's not the case in India. So obviously the context and the content is, you have paid the money, you enjoyed the lecture, and then continue it. And that is why from the start of the lecture, for first 5 classes in my IPC courses, what I decided that no, I will go on the basic concepts part. Because why the education setup in India is, what is Indian Penal Code? Murder, culpable homicide, rape, kidnapping, obscenity, theft, dacoity, rape, domestic violence, and criminal intimidation and defamation. 10 questions and answer any 5, or answer any 5, 12 marks each. That is it. That is the IPC syllabus. Semester exams done, IPC done. But what about the jurisdiction part? What about the mens rea part? What do you mean by the term called attempt? What is the basic meaning of the joint liability? What do we understand by the term called abatement? And what is abatement? What is conspiracy? What is general exceptions? And what is private defense? And on what aspect both becomes different, and what aspect both are required together? Okay. And how, like for an example, the word likely in section 299 of IPC is interpreted differently, and the same word in the section 300 IPC is interpreted differently. And it took me like 15 to 20 minutes to explain that how the same word is interpreted differently in both the sections. Okay, so that is how I designed the module. That first I try to, in my module, it's not that it's a very well researched module. No, it's a very simple module, because I try to keep my teaching style in a way that even if it's a first year law student or a fifth year law student or even a non-law student, if I'm teaching him that person a law, he should be able to understand it. And how I apply the strategy, that first try to make him understand the concepts of bare act. And then I go because I have, like, if you see, I can show you the background. If you can see, just like this. Yeah, this is my small mini library. Okay, so I tried that. Okay, from this book, this concept is okay. So yeah, directly I put it in my module. Okay, and then in this commentary, this portion is good. Then it comes in manner. So I designed my module in a very simple manner, which is interpretation of bare act, and the contents, the important concepts, important content from the books and the commentaries. And that is how I designed it. And now moving forward, that why we actually decided to do this webinar. Now in the market, as we know, that it is now flooded with certificate courses and everything. The context become, see, teaching has been by my passion. Okay, so what I decided that yes, in this era, or in the post-truth era, where the people are just trying to go, they are going to with the motive of making quick money. Why shouldn't I go with a few trusted organizations, okay, who can provide me the proper logistics work, like Just Corpus and Lex Auxilium and everyone. Okay, no, not everyone, I would say. Sorry, I had few very bad experience with few organizations. I won't take their name, but as of now, like only 2 organizations with whom in future also I'm going to collaborate. It has to be either Just Corpus or the Lex Auxilium, because these 2 organizations, now I have faith, and now I'm not going to do the experiment, at least on the logistic parts. Okay, so I just thought that yes, people are now, what is the basic disadvantage which has erupted in the market? That first, even if you ask me personally, I'm not a fan of online education. I still belong to that old school mentality, which means a teacher is standing in front of me and he's teaching me something. But what actually where the problem has actually erupted, that in this post-truth era, in the period of this continuous, I would say the 2 years lockdown, but 2 years of online education. Okay, people are still paying the lakhs of money as a fees in their colleges. And what actually happened, because the courts are also closed, students are not getting the proper access to the internships. there is a huge anxiety amongst the students that okay, no, we have to collect a lot of certificates, we have to do a lot of market networking, we have to do a lot of internships. And I just keep telling them one thing, that just forget all these things. These are not important. Even in the LinkedIn also, I tell my student that when they post that I'm the campus ambassador of this this organization, I've just completed MUN over here, I have done this certificate course on this, and I was like, bloody hell, don't do this. The recruiters, the senior advocates, even my colleagues who are partners in various good firms, they actually laugh at those students, that why are they actually posting it? Why is a recruiter bothered that a student has completed a certificate course or attended a webinar, or in fact is doing a campus ambassador for a particular organization? What purpose is going to solve? And what good that student is for that law firm or a lawyer particular? So the basic, my dear friends, if you are if you are watching this video, join certificate courses, but the purpose, the context for why you join the certificate courses is that you actually want to learn. You want to, get a glimpse that, okay, let me see that if this person, if this person is telling me something different. Okay, and that is the reason that I have kept such a low fees also, that if the student wants to leave, feel free to leave, I'll return the money. Thankfully, as of now, only 2 cases have erupted, and that was also only due to the disciplinary issue that I had to tell my logistic head that, yeah, please remove the student and refund this money today itself. Okay, so that was something else. So the thing is, guys, you join, first of all, keep this in your mind, that if you are joining any certificate courses, first do the background check of the course instructor, do the background check of that organization, that what is the feedback of that organization. Okay, that what are the reviews given to that organization by their students, and how long that organization has been conducting this webinar. And first of all, this is the R&D part. Then ask yourself why you want to join it. If you want to join it, fine, just the best way is to go and buy a book and start studying. Why certificate course? But the thing is, keep this in your head. You join the certificate courses not for a certificate. Those certificate, even if I'll be very honest to the point, even if I give you certificate from my firm for internship or some certificate for a certificate course, or even a diploma course, that will not, I again repeat, I guess, please be a bit respectful for my audacity on the public platform. I'm saying this, that even if you do a certificate course from my firm or from me, that won't help you to, get a job in a good firm or anywhere. Why? Because these certificates are worthless. They are just a digital paper or some. This just a piece of paper. You join the certificate courses to actually learn, to listen that, okay, what this person has to say. Okay, that, okay, if this person is my senior, that how he interprets the law and where I'm lacking. You join the certificates. From next time onwards, if you join a certificate course, ask these questions to yourself, because that is the main purpose, that why you join the certificate course. Because why? You want to learn something new. You want to question yourself. You want to see where you are lacking. Okay, and that is like, and I know, see, I'll be very honest that yes, everyone advertises themselves, even I advertise myself. But the thing is, along with advertising, being your senior, it is also my duty to to make you aware about all the manipulation which is going into the market. Tomorrow, you may like my courses. As of now, I've got the 100% review, but in future, can be chances that you may not like my course. You may like my course. That is a different thing. But the thing is, it is up to you that first you have to decide yourself that why you are joining this course. And get this thing clear in your head that if you join a certificate courses, you should join only for one purpose. It is for learning something new. Okay, and that is what I keep on telling my students in my courses that yes, now I sorry, that now I have taught you this concept. It is your duty now. Now, just after this class, please revise this module. You have, I have dictated you a few judgments also. Revise it, and next day, open the Bayrex first, then read it, and then read from the books. And guys, if my dear students, if you're watching this webinar, people used to ask that, sir, what should we do to, learn something like, to improve our skills? And I'll just say one word: read. That's it. A lawyer is supposed to read. And there is one more hour that I'll come later. It is your, and how much you should read? Minimum. After completing your moot courts, your research paper and everything, minimum 7 to 8 hours every day. That is one mistake I committed during my college life, and I have suffered. But thankfully, I came back on the right track, on the right direction because of few personal experiences. In fact, after failing in my law school, that in my I lost a one golden year in my law school, okay, because of my indisciplined nature and because of my non-serious attitude. Still, I had 60% marks even when I failed. It is not that because I was weak in studies. It's that I used to simply skip the class, skip the exams. Okay, and I was not at all serious that okay, I was like, okay, today's exam, okay, fine, I'll read the notes, okay, and I'll go and give the exam, I'll get 60%. That was my attitude. I lost one golden year. No matter how much I earn in future, or in future, no matter, it can be like I can become a civil servant in future, I may become a judicial officer, or I may become a very successful advocate in future. Okay, but can that return 1 year that which I lost it? No. So, and after that incident, I decided now it's time for a self-assessment. And last 2 years of my college, I studied a lot. And even today, after passing out of my law school, people used to ask that, sir, you have a habit of doing so many things on, spontaneously. How do you manage? Like, I do everything. But the thing is, one thing is constant, that even if it's my birthday or some tragedy has happened or anything, 5 to 6 hours studies is a must. Okay, and which also includes 1 hour of live law every day. Guys, don't go for Netflix or Amazon Prime or all these subscriptions. Instead, spend your $1,300 on live law, on bar and bench. Take their subscription. Okay, and spend at least 1 hour minimum, not maximum, minimum 1 hour every day in the morning. Develop this habit. Okay, and that is how, when you develop this habit and with the right purpose, with the right context in the mind, when you go for that content, okay, content means mool tattva, context means sandarbh, aapke sandarbh mein kaam kar raha hai. Okay, so all these things, when you, after have developing this habit, when you go for the certificate courses, then you realize, you utilize this benefit. And as of now, the success, I would say, one of my students, I taught him drafting. He was a final year student. He passed out in 2020. He got a job in a firm. Okay, because it's actually a litigation firm. It was a boutique firm, Manan Sehgal. I will share the screenshot also. One of my students, Rahul Tiwari, she wrote her first research paper. She presented her research paper in an international conference. Okay, and she won the best presenter award. That is my biggest success, I would say. Even if I would have won 1 lakh rupees, even that wouldn't have given me that kind of satisfaction which these two students have given. And that is what I call myself, my biggest success. And Asna Tiwari, I guess she was my student with the Just Corpus only, when we conducted the research methodology course in the month of April. Okay, so now moving forward, I have told you that what is knowledge, and now why is that this problem has arisen? Please go and watch my webinar on excessive. See, I'm not against the privatization. Okay, I am against the excessive privatization in the educational and the healthcare sector. We have seen what happened because of our non-serious attitude during the second wave, everyone was taken aback, and the whole system was on the brink of, I would say, on the brink of collapse. Luckily, we survived anyhow. Same is the case with the education. See, the point is, I strongly feel that in these two sectors at least, government should have the maximum control. Why? Because in the private sector, their motive, why, in what context they do their work, or in fact, we would say the motive behind it is the profit motive. And if it is in the hand of government, because we pay the taxes to the government, we don't pay the taxes to the corporates. Okay, so they are directly answerable to us, and that's where the government sectors, their motive is the service motive. So I strongly feel that it should be it should happen now. Few students then ask that, sir, you promote that education should be either free or either should be affordable, and I still say yes, education is our basic right to education. Article 21 subclause A of Indian Constitution, it is our fundamental right to education. But when it comes to the coaching is not a fundamental right. Coaching is an optional. So if a person is offering something in a, it's offering a very expensive service, now it becomes your choice that whether you want to take it or leave it. Okay, whether you want to take it or leave it, it is up to you. It is not that it should be made law that no, coaching should not demand the pay. It's their private entity. If they are saying that we will charge 5 lakh rupees a year, it is your wish, you want to join or not. But when it comes to the education part, the education means the school education from UKG to 12th, then postgrad, the undergrad, postgrad, and the doctoral education, the research degrees. All these things, it is our fundamental right, and the problem is that no attention is being shown in this area, and on something for which we pay the taxes, for which is our fundamental right. And now, what actually prompted during this lockdown period for the certificate courses? First of all, I have accepted one thing, that whenever I launch a course, there will be one word written in that course, which is drafting. Students are so much fascinated with this word drafting, and their entire focus is on drafting. And they say that, Rahul sir, how do we, improve our drafting skills? Then I just tell them one thing, that drafting always comes at the last. It is first read, the first thing for lawyer, read, and then the second R, research, read, research, and then you draft. Suppose, tell me one thing, suppose you don't know anything, okay, then what are you going to draft actually? Suppose you are drafting an 138 application, okay, and you don't know the meaning of holder of due course, or that what is how do you draft a limitation application, or the limitation application, or the legal notice part. How are you going to draft it if you don't have the knowledge of the section 5 of limitation act? Then what you are going to draft? So it is always that I always tell the students, first develop a habit. They ask that, sir, which is the best book for IPC, or which is the best book for CRPC or any other subject? I'll say there's only one best book. It's like, sir, which one? I say Bare Act. Simple. I say only one book, which is Bare Act. Simple. Why? Because suppose if tomorrow I go and write a book, even I am a human being, and every human being, okay, is biased. He can be either entirely biased or slightly biased. But every person who has his own opinion tends to be biased. Okay, so if we are reading any book, like whether we are reading MP Jain, whether we are reading Takwani or Kelkar or Ratan Lal, the thing is, all these books are written by someone. And if a person writes that book, there are chances that he interprets those sections in his own manner. Okay, so when you read the book, you read someone else's interpretation. Okay, so that's not what I call reading the law. Reading the law, first of all, we don't study law, we read law. So reading the law means read the Bare Act. Even if you are in the first or second year student, this is the right moment, because you are in the early stage of the law school. Develop a habit of reading the law, reading the Barrett, and trust me, it will take minimum 7 to 8 months for a first and second year law student to first develop that how do we understand this language of Barrett, what is called the proviso proviso part, what is explanation part, what is exception part, what is the difference, and how what is the value of comma in in the explanation, what is the meaning of notwithstanding word. Sometimes it starts the language starts that notwithstanding comma, and then the basic explanation of law starts. So what is the basic purpose actually? Okay, so first develop a habit of these things. And now another thing that, yes, coming back to that why the people have so much of, what should I say, the fascination for drafting, is that the present legal education, they just give the theoretical knowledge, or in fact not even that, and that too inappropriately. In law school, they are not taught how to read a bare act, how to analyze a judgment, how to understand what is a ratio and what is the obiter in a judgment. So the thing is, and it also becomes a duty of the Bar Council of India, that when we, pass out from our law school, when we go to any bar council, okay, we pay huge amount of money, like minimum 12,000, which is taken by the Bar Council Delhi, to 25,000 with the other state bar councils. So if they are taking 15 to 20 to 25,000 as a membership fees, what kind of training they are giving to us? The advocates don't have a minimum wage plan. Most of their advocates, their career got ruined during the lockdown. That's what it was. Teaching kept me going, and the networking, which I have been doing from last 3 years, which actually saved me. Otherwise, I would have been also sitting at home. Trust me. So, what is the basic? What is the role of Bar Council of India? They were supposed to give us at least 6 months of mandatory training. And when the students, the fresh graduates, are not given the practical exposure, then only those students are on the mercy of their seniors for at least a period of 2 years. They pay how much? 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. 10,000 to bahut ho gaya, 8,000 a month. And sometimes, and that too not even on time. Why? On the pretext that you are learning the practical skills, you are learning all the drafting part. So who should we actually question, not blame? We can blame anyone. Okay. First of all, as they say in the Bhagavad Gita, for anything, one should not blame anyone, but rather than yourself. So whom we should question? It is the Bar Council of India. It is their duty to provide mandatory training to every law student in their final year, that how to do the basic drafting work. Because by the final year, students have studied most of their laws. Okay, so it is their duty now to provide all these practical aspects regarding the research part, regarding the judgment analysis part, and all these things. And because of this gap, we have seen, because of this gap, there have been so many organizations who actually wants to cash on it. I don't blame them. They are an institute. They are running for their profit motive. They are offering their service. They have quoted a piece. They are not forcing you to join as of now. They are not compelling you. It is your choice to do it or not. But that's where, utilizing the, what should I say, the strategy of parleji. I thought that, okay, how I should approach, that instead of saying that, just in our city, why shouldn't I make all over India? Because in my course, I'm so happy now that students from NLS Bangalore to IITs to there is a student from IIT Madras also who's an engineer basically. They all are my students from the NLUs to the traditional law colleges. Or I have such a diverse crowd in my IPC course, and thankfully. I'm sure, I gave the feedback also that please give me the feedback how you're enjoying the course or not. And as of now, okay, After this course, my course gets over, they are free. They are free to express their views about my teaching and everything. And I'm not going to question them, because if I'm criticized, that's where we take an inspiration from the successful people. Like my favorite footballer, Cristiano Ronaldo. The more you criticize Cristiano, the better becomes his performance. So obviously, if you enjoy my, because I have a lot of students now who are actually repeating my courses. There will be students who can criticize, and for them, I have only one message: your criticism will actually makes me stronger, and it will actually sharpen my skills also. Because you can criticize me once, but on the next time, I won't give you a chance to criticize. So this was it, and that is how I told that how I conduct my courses: 2 hours of classes, then a small break, and then 30 to 45 minutes doubt session where I take all the doubts possible, and if some doubts are left, I give the Google form that you can ask your doubts over there. Okay, and then I keep on giving assignments also, and then my modules are nothing but basic explanation of the law, breaking the language of the Barrett into small parts and explaining each and every word, and then taking the important content. And I also give the citations also, that yes, this portion is taken from KD Core, this portion is taken from this website, this authentic website, this portion is taken from Pillai. Okay, so if tomorrow if I go and teach CPC, my aim will be that I will teach CPC in a way that I am teaching CPC to a first semester student. My target will be that even if a first semester student learns wants to learn or wants to study CPC from me, he or she should be able to understand. Okay, so now, and as of now, that's what last 6 months I have taught 1059 students. The target is entire India. Okay, why should we dream less? We can say that yes, we will take just $100, $200, $250 from all over the from each and every Indian, and we'll give them the quality. Will give the best of the quality, and that's what and that's how we have decided that yes, me and Ayush will now just corpus will now launch a course on the criminal law, the details, and this criminal law. Now I've decided that okay, now done with the IPC. Now that thing doesn't allow that when you can you feel free on LinkedIn ask my students that I actually increase the number of lectures. That I thought that okay, you have paid me fees for 15 lectures, but I will teach you 18 because I feel that these topics should be explained in a way. So in this coming courses, entire IPC, the concept part, Indian Evidence Act, CRPC, and yeah, the word which you actually wanted to listen, drafting. All the basic important drafting, 18 to 20 important draftings will be there. It will be approximately 4 to 6 months course. Okay, and weekend classes, live lectures, and this time recordings will also be provided. Okay, so this time you shouldn't have an excuse that sorry sir, we have exams, we have this, we have that. Come on, don't worry. You enroll it. If you get time to attend the classes, attend the classes. If you don't get time to attend the class, take the help of the recording. And for the doubt clarification, Google form is always there. So yeah, this is what I have planned so far. And my humble appeal to everyone: please, first of all, stop watching television. Instead of opting for Netflix subscription, take subscription from LiveLaw, Iron Bar or Bar and Bench. I would personally suggest LiveLaw because as of now I have not used Bar and Bench much, but yes, that platform is equally good. But I have a because personal fondness for LiveLaw because I have been using LiveLaw for a very long period. Okay, so yes, this is what I have to say about myself. I am Advocate Rahul Tiwari, criminal lawyer by profession, a judicial service aspirant, and if I give the education, it is my socialist or you can say either towards left or the socialist attitude that yes, I want to earn money, but not at your expense. I will ensure that you pay only 200, 250, 300 rupees a month. But I'll again at the same time, I'll ensure that I'll be teaching at least 1,000 to 5,000 students. So I will earn the money also, and it's my promise that yes, you will get the quality education. And after this, after my courses, at least the target is that 90% should be, should be in a state to say that yes, Rahul Tiwari is the best teacher from we have studied, or either the best, or either in the top 10. Okay, and now last but not the least, in this my uh, current lecture also, I promised 32 modules. I'm going to give them like close to 42, 44 to 45 modules. So see, the motive is to like earn less from one person, but earn from everyone and give them the best quality product possible. So guys, this was this webinar, and I would request, and see, the thing is, more than the motive part, it also depends upon you to learn. Eklavya didn't had a guru. He just made a stone his guru, and see, he was, considered as at par with Arjun. So this was it, and now this was the webinar. Now I'm open to the questions, and before that, please, I would request the admins, the co-hosts, so to share few feedbacks about me, okay, from my students. Okay, so guys, please start showing the screens. You can guys, it will be the recording also. So a very good, I would like to thank, because of your teaching, I am very confident to discuss anything with my friends about my IPC concepts are more clear now. Sir, I am the third year student, and after 2 months, I'll, I will promote it to second year. Sir, I have started studying seriously. And 1.5, I felt that I love reading and understanding law, and now I'm confident I'm not going to make it. So just see, and now he's a judicial service aspirant. I just got this message, in the morning. I just thought that, okay, I'll take the screenshot and I'll share with everyone. Next. Show us the next slide.
Yes, sir. Showing. Oh, actually, sir, it's in a picture format. That's why it's taking time.
No, it's okay. So what we can do is that while uploading, no, we can add, if it is possible to add all those feedbacks about my courses. Okay, then it will be all right.
Yeah, no issue, sir. I'm trying to share as much
To
as possible.
show the few of the important ones, if it is possible. If it is taking time, then leave it. One feedback is also, I would say that it's the representation of all my students. Okay, yeah, Rahul Tiwari is a great teacher. Thanks, Kumar Yash, a mentor, a big brother. His way of teaching are far from any professional coaching institute who charges tons of money. His constant motivation by his post and during his live lecture helps students a lot. His doubt clarification sessions are as great as he clears every student's doubts and never ignores anyone's doubt. My utmost guy. Thanks. Yeah, and he has given me the recommendation on the LinkedIn. So if you ever go, ever visit my LinkedIn profile, you can just have a look, and see the recommendations which I got. So I use just, it's okay, it's fine, because I have shared like 18 to 20 such feedbacks with you, and on LinkedIn I have got like more than 75. Okay, so that's a different thing. Now is the time for the question answer session. So because instead of, because like we have promoted a lot, now it's time that to take the questions from the students.
Okay, sir. Aditi, you can proceed with that.
Okay. So I deem it a great honor to propose a vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this webinar a resounding success. First of all, I would like to propose a hearty vote of thanks to our guest speaker, Rahul sir. And thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us and thought-provoking speech, and telling us about the various aspects of choosing these certificate courses. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of today's events, namely Just Corpus and Legally Fi India, for ensuring a smooth opening of the webinar. I would also like to thank the coordinators of the webinar for making it a great success. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants in the webinar for actively interacting and thus making it a very fruitful event. Thank you one and all for your cooperation.
Thank you, sir. We have changed the pattern of the webinar to like vote of thanks will be given first, then we'll be coming up with the free fire round between you and me. So, are you ready, sir? With the questions, I am ready.
Yeah,
You,
but let the participants also ask. Participant, if you have like on the Zoom who are there, you can raise hand, and I'll take the questions from you also, and from the YouTube if you have any questions.
yeah, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, fine.
Because sir, it's a long list of the questions. That's why we prefer
Fine,
to for the
fine,
vote
fine,
of
fine.
thanks first. Because yeah. Okay. Starting with the questions from YouTube. When your second IPC batch will start?
August means July end, means it depends that we are targeting like as much registration as possible, because then after that my firm will take the Zoom subscription, or the whether the just corpus will take the those subscription or the logistic part, because we will take at least 5 to 6 days to decide those logistic parts also. Okay, and then the promotion also, it takes at least a month. So yes, and then it will be of like 4 to 5 months course. So don't worry, like I won't disappoint you, and it's my duty. पढ़ लोगे criminal law पूरा अच्छे से. Don't worry, concepts clear हो जाएंगे.
Okay, sir. Moving on to
Next.
second question by LNS 106. When CRPC course will start?
I said no, I'll start this thing. I'll take this course in the entire criminal law basis, not the entire political science of one politician. No, entire criminal law means IPC. IPC again. Okay, revision हो जाएगा आपका. IPC, CRPC, and evidence, because I think that if you're studying a subject, okay, because then you will get a break, and I know how serious most of you are, that how much you will study after this end of the course. So I thought that okay, I should give them a flow, that IPC and then CRPC and then the evidence and then the drafting part, that how it is done. So entire course in one under one umbrella. So at least when you are studying criminal law, so you are done with the basic concepts part, and then the recordings will also be given, so that when you revise, it is like suppose you miss out on any lecture due to any circumstances, you are able to watch that video, and if you have any doubt, Google Forms will always be there for you.
Okay, sir. Moving on. There is some suggestion from a person. Please bring some courses on cyber law too, sir.
Please bring the cyber law. The thing is, I am LLM in cyber law with distinction. Okay, but the thing is, the craze, I would say, if I bring cyber law courses, even it for 50 rupees, hardly 100 students will register, because I don't know why is that the craze is not there, because we have to gather the crowd also. Otherwise, yes, I have decided, and that's the purpose, that's the reason that why I launched my own YouTube channel also, that for this cyber law part, at least I'll be making like free videos, and I'll keep on posting it to like once or twice a month. So don't worry on that.
Okay, sir. There is
Of 52 years, you can reduce
yeah.
the time limit of the course 5 to 6 months. Months is a very long session. I don't know. I took 1.5 years to study criminal law and understand criminal law. 1.5 years. If you think that 5 to 6 months is like a very long, then fine. It's of no. See, why 5 6 months? I'll tell you. Suppose take thing like this. If I say that I will take 25 lectures in 1 month, then it can be 3 to 3 months course. 75 lectures more than enough, right? I can make you understand all these basic concepts. But 25 courses, suppose if you are able to attend only 15 courses, 15 classes, 10 classes you have missed, but you have the recording. And then do you think that the backlog which is created of 10 missed lecture, you will be able to cover it in the next month when you will have 25 lectures again? No. So that is why I've decided that, okay, it has to be like 15 lectures, 15 to 16 lectures maximum in 1 month. And that is how like 70 to 80 lectures will go up to 5 to 6 months. Because why? That's where I can go into details. I can give you all the details, all the minute details also. Okay.
So moving on to another question.
I hope LNS 52, my dear student, you can message me also on the WhatsApp. I'll explain you the other intention also, because that is the intention. See, take thing, and I, from where I learned this. I learned this from Rahul sir, the real Rahul sir. I'm the, the duplicate Rahul sir, I would say. Okay, the real Rahul sir, Rahul Yadav sir. My role model, I would say. What he said, that his course duration are of approximately 1.5 years. He charges 2.5 lakh rupees. So if Rahul sir finishes his syllabus in 1 year, his next batch will start in the second year, so he'll be earning more. But that's not the purpose of Rahul sir. The purpose of Rahul sir is to teach each and everything in what is there in the law, and that is why he keeps long batches. And that is where, I'd say that it's not a. That's where I would proudly say that here I'm trying to copy Rahul sir, and I have got no regrets in that. I want to teach. I'll teach for long. Most welcome. Please come and attend. Okay. See, because it's if you see the monetary benefit, it's for my benefit now. 3 months, one batch over, next 3 months, more money. So that's the point. I want to earn money. I would say that I don't want to earn money. So that's where I've devised a very, very amazing plan, which will not affect your pocket at all, and you will enjoy the strategy. Okay.
Yes, sir. So moving on to another question. Cite a piece of paper versus content of course. A piece of paper in context with certificate versus the content of course.
Obviously, it's the content, because when you learn something and when you go and study, that knowledge remains throughout. Knowledge remains with you throughout, no? But what is the value of piece of paper? Nothing. It won't help you anywhere. Okay.
So yes, sir. Moving on to another question. What will be the better option? Doing online internship in this pandemic or doing an online course with you?
It depends upon you. Personally, I have never been a fan of like online internship. To bilkul nahi. The thing is, I keep advising my student that if you get a chance, please go to the course. If you don't get a chance doing internships in the firms, if not the physical internships in firms, then at least try going to court. You'll understand a lot of important practical aspect. But tell me one thing: will you do internships throughout the year? I don't think so. So that's why you have to plan. The God has given me 24 hours. God has given you 24 hours. How you plan it, it's up to you.
Yes, so moving on to another question or suggestion, what we can say that LNS 239 has asked, sir, how do you maintain your motivation to go on each day for days together? What is the reason behind your never give up attitude?
It's nothing. It's my, see there. Don't, make me feel like, let's not say that the answer will turn into political, but I would say that it's not the motive. So how you carry yourself, it is just the passion to keep on going. That's it. And trust me, I'll tell you one thing. There is one line, always remember, Zindagi sab sikha deti. And that's the difference between a teacher, parents, and the life. Teacher, your teacher, your parents, they first teach you and then take the exam. But life, when the life teaches you, life tests you first and then teaches you. And then when the life teaches you, it takes away a lot of things. So I would say that, and every person is a product of his own experience. So it is my experience that it just keeps me going. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, someone has asked, would you include evidence part in your course too or not?
Yes. That's the essential part and the most ignored part in the IPC. Because what is IPC for Indian law students and 90% of the law college? Murder, culpable homicide. Okay, and I've told you the topics. And then what is CRPC? Bail, appeal, 482. Review, revision, 125 CRPC, public tranquility. That's it. CRPC over. Complaint to magistrate, FIR. But In the law colleges also, I have seen how teachers skips from section 161 to 176. Why? Because interrelate karna padega. They have to interrelate section 161, 166, 167 to admission confession of Indian Evidence Act. And that's where the coaching plays their game. Okay.
Yes, sir. LNS 106 has asked or suggested, sir, who is your inspiration for teaching and life goals?
My inspiration, first my mom, everything, for everything. Okay. Then obviously my father. And when it comes to teaching, see, if you have asked for the advocacy part, I would have given you like names of 3-4 students, 3-4 good lawyers to whom I actually look up to. But when it comes to teaching, Rahul Yadav sir, that person didn't have an LLB degree. You know, he's just a simple graduate. He came to Delhi to compete for civil service examination, and anyhow he couldn't, and he studied law, and then without having an LLB degree, he has produced more than 2,000 judges in India. And how many judges are there in the district court? 21,000. So that's a hell lot of the thing, I would say.
Yes, sir.
It has
Why
to be
you?
only Rahul, sir.
Yeah.
And there
It's
are
a-
many, but I don't know. But yes, it has to be Rahul, sir.
Yes, sir. There is a single person like in everyone's life, the one which we admire the most.
My mom.
And yes.
No,
And
see, I'll tell you one thing. And all those students, I'll give you a guru mantra. You know, every person who admires everything, trust me, there can never be a person who can loves you more than your mother. And if you think that no, that this man or this woman is the most important person for me, then I don't know what kind of person. Then just delete that person from your life. It has to be only your mother. And I'll give you a guru mantra. See, if we apply this guru mantra in our real life, all the old age homes will be closed. Suppose you earn 1 lakh rupees. Okay, give each and every, or like give 90% of that money to your mom. What will happen? The God over there above, he's looking at you. What he will do, he'll give you 10 times in your life. It's not that, okay, if you have given 1 lakh rupees for to your mom, that God will give you 10 lakhs instantly. No, but God will give you 10 lakh rupees in each and every stage where you will be needing money. Like suppose if you need money to get your son admitted in a good school, or if you need money to pay for your tuition fees, it will get arranged. Why? Because God is seeing from there. He has seen that you have given, you have done your duty. Okay, and that's where he will, he will shower his blessing on you. Take one more example. All of you must seen Harry Potter. You know, when Harry's mother died, it was revealed finally in the fourth goblet of fire. What happened? That when Harry Potter's mother died, she created a shield around Harry Potter, and that's why the Voldemort was not even able to touch Harry Potter. And that's what it happens in the life also. The more you love your mother, the dua, I would say, the blessing, the dua which comes out from the heart, she'll feel good, and she'll always pray to God for your, even if you are the worst student, suppose if you become a terrorist also, you will be still loved by your mother. Remember this thing. Even if you become a terrorist, a rapist, or a murderer, or anything, you will be still loved by your mom. And that's the only person in this world. Even the God can hate you, your mother cannot. So when you do good things for your mom, the dua which comes out from her heart, her blessings, it creates a shield around you, and that blessing protects you from all the miseries. I, being a who completed his LLB from more than 5 years, okay, failed in my law school, non-NLU, first generation advocate, okay. I don't have, like amount of very high, fancy English with the spoken English part. But today, just go and visit my LinkedIn page. Simple. I have registered more than 1,000 students, and we'll look at the reviews. What is there? It's just the blessings. And if I'm doing it, then I can proudly request you and command you to do this thing in your life also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Moving on to last but not the least question, because we have a long list. So I would
It's okay. It's
prefer.
okay. It's an important one because it's the curiosity. The doubt has to be respected. So we can take 3-4 important one also.
Okay, okay.
And all those who are attending this via Zoom, मतलब बहुत अच्छा पढ़ा दिया क्या? You can also raise hand. Just you, all of them are my students, so I can joke with them. So yeah, take question from the Zoom. No issues.
Yes, sir.
Zoom and
Someone
yeah,
has. Yes, sir. Someone has asked, sir, I am in the first year. What advice what you give us to us, as everything is online? We haven't yet went to our colleges.
I'll conduct in my course now, and I'll make a small YouTube video also that how to read a Bear Act. Okay, very soon by the mid of June that video will be out. And how to read a Bear Act. In the first year, do nothing. Just buy the Bear Act of Constitution of India, buy Antigen, IPC Bear Act, Pillai. Okay, these 4 things, and law of contract Bear Act. Nothing else, not specific relief, partnership, nothing. Law of contract. These 3 Bear Acts and these 2 books, and start reading it. And but first, don't open the book first. Antigen is this thick book, but trust me, the language is so easy that you will end up spending hours. First, learn and develop a habit of reading Bear Act regularly. And guys, this is the this is a golden period. You are back at your home. Utilize this period. Okay, utilize this period to develop skills for yourself. Okay, and this is the time that it has given you ample time to think about yourself. Think about it, develop a habit, and develop a habit of reading and understanding the Bear Act. So I guess in the first year, these 3 Bear Acts and these 2 books only are more than enough for you. And then think of this internships and other things. These are what extra co-curricular activities they are saying. Extra. But what is the main? Studies. Padhai karo. Okay.
Yes, this and another question is, sir, you are a judiciary aspirant. Can you please share some tips on that?
Nothing. Just keep on working hard. Keep solving MCQs. Keep preparing your self-handwritten notes. Okay, nothing. Judiciary is I would say that it's an ocean. The more you study, it's less. Okay, and yes, especially if you're targeting UP judiciary, then start focusing on the general knowledge from this day from today itself. If your target is Delhi judiciary, then learn how to interlink the sections. Okay, so yes, that can be my 2-cent advice as of now.
Yes, sir. So the last very important question is nuances of UP judiciary versus nuances of Delhi judiciary.
Nothing, both are same. Your judicial officer is a judicial officer. It's just that in Delhi, salary is a bit more because in UP or any other state, you are just first made the magistrate of the taluka region. Okay, the taluka, the who has the control over few gram panchayats. So you become and the numerology is different. In outside Delhi, you become judicial magistrate first class. In Delhi, you become metropolitan magistrate. Okay, so that's the only difference. But yeah, it's up to the choice. If you are from Delhi NCR region, obviously you will have a dream that yes, I should I have this, I should become an officer near to my home. And if you are from the eastern part of India or from UP, then obviously it's, but I think that beyond this, I don't think there's much difference. Both of them are same. Both the services are same. So, so
Okay, sir. And LNS 239 has asked, what is that one thing that you wish your students to attain or to learn as the most important thing in your certificate course?
my I would not say the mind, but the hunger to learn. The Forget, no. I only one thing: context and content. What I am doing it and why I am doing it. Before making any decision of your life, just ask this question to yourself regularly: what I am doing it and why I'm doing it. Context versus content. That's it. And more than my students, more than drafting, focus more on reading. R for reading, R for researching, by R for Rahul. Please. That will be my biggest gift from your side. That's it. Okay. So
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Here we comes to the end of this webinar. I would like to thank Rahul sir for giving his precious time to us and explaining the nuances of the certificate courses, especially which are conducted by him and which are going to be conducted by him with Just Corpus Law Journal, and also which were previously conducted by different organizations, including Lex Auxilium. Last but not the least, thanks to Aditi Mishra for hosting this session. And thank you so much to all the participants for attending this webinar. Be safe, be vaccinated, stay at your home.
Please take vaccine, guys. Please. This is, and don't hear to all those rumors that if you take vaccine, this will happen or that will happen. Please be a responsible citizen. Take vaccine, protect yourself, and be beneficial to the society and to society and to your near and dear ones. Please. Okay. So, guys, this was it.